All right, so I'm going to show you exactly how AI built my entire business, how AI helps me market for my entire business, also how AI helps our entire sales process, and how AI helps us actually scale our business. So there's a lot of reasons that I want to go over this entire thing, but the main reason is everyone knows that you should get into an AI business or an AI offer or an AI service business. These keywords are thrown around everywhere. Everyone says AI SaaS, these business models that have AI in them, but not everybody actually knows what that means. And what I've been doing over the last year is building multiple businesses that have AI fully ingrained in them. And not only just ingrained, they help me build the entire thing. So as you can see here, I have this kind of massive flow of my entire business, how everything runs. I'm not gonna lie, it is very complex and it probably makes the most sense to me versus somebody watching it, but I'm gonna break it down very, very simply and slowly and kind of show from the top how it all starts from me being a media company, somebody who wants to get views, engagement on social media, to actually turn that into money, and how I use AI to do all of that and kind of do it at a massive scale too, without having to go hire tons of employees, manage tons of people, and really spend any money either. I don't really have any upfront capital that I have to put into any of these businesses, which is super cool. So I'm gonna break everything down, but I'm gonna start all the way here at the top. So my name is obviously Johnny Vandell. We have Vandell Network, and I structure this as a media company for a reason. Every single time that you go into any business, there's one thing in common for everyone nowadays. They're a media company. The reason is because they generate money based on how much engagement, how much views, how many impressions they can get, and eyeballs they can get to see their business. This is one of the key pillars of growth for any business in 2025, and it will continue to be this way for a very long time until some crazy technological advance changes the way companies actually run and function. Right now, they function on eyeballs. So if you structure any business as a media company, you will be focused on eyeballs, which is focusing on the money. So that's why I structure it like that. It's incredibly important, so I don't just go sit and build things all day. It helps me understand, okay, I actually do need to get views. I need to get people to see my product, because you could have the best product in the entire world. Nobody will buy it if they've never heard about it. So incredibly important. There's two sides to my business though, information and then tech. Tech is honestly where almost all of the money is coming from right now, so I'll mainly focus on that. I will go into the information side of things, but that is a much more long-term play for me. I think personal branding is one of the biggest levers you can pull just to get people to trust you. And so I've given a ton of free value in videos, a lot of short form content stuff, just giving people advice, helping them run their businesses for free. A bunch of different things that I've done in terms of information just to build personal trust more than personal income. So I'll break that down too. I'll break down the information, but this will be very much focused on AI, tech, how to scale a business and build a business without having to put a ton of money into it. And I'll obviously kind of follow the narrative of AI, which is obviously what anybody should be getting into right now if they want to get into any form of business. So I do want to touch on this right away though. In terms of the information, in terms of the personal brand, this is why this is important. I can scroll in here and I can show you, okay, I have 250,000 followers on Instagram, 200,000 on TikTok, and all of that is based on business advice, how to run a profitable business. As you can see right here, showing you how to start a wildly profitable AI online business. That is what I do, and that's what people follow me for. So right off the bat, within the first couple minutes of this video, you already know that I know what I'm talking about. So I say this to everybody, but personal brand is insanely important, not just to make money, but it's insanely important just for status, for people to understand and trust you. So as you can see here, kind of the information starts all the way from the top. It's it's X, it's YouTube, it's TikTok, it's Instagram. Honestly, I'm mainly focused on Instagram. TikTok, I've just been doing a lot of reposting of what I actually make for my Instagram, and it's actually really interesting. So I've been doing online marketing, digital marketing for a really long time, and I knew that it was kind of time for me to start my personal brand in some form, some fashion. And I've only posted 37 posts in total on my Instagram account. I think this is a little bit old, 247. I think it's like 257, something like that now. And I still haven't posted another video. It's still 37 posts, and a few of those are images. This is because on here, I don't focus on mass content at all. I focus on strictly value. How can I make the best video that I can possibly make and fit within a 1 to 2 minute video? I'm not sure if you guys have seen these videos at all. You may be coming from, different places, but essentially, as you can see here, I'll say, rich guy exposes exactly how to get rich, or how to never have fear. Or maybe here we have some other ones. Rich guy exposes millionaire math, and I'll go down and break down exactly step by step and logically how to run a business, or how to become a profitable human, how to become somebody that can make money. So that's what all of my content is really about. A lot of it's psychology, a lot of it's business. We have a lot of stuff in there about AI, but that's kind of the main focus. The best part about this is solely run by me. I don't have a content team. I don't have people writing my videos. The only person that I ever hired for this was a simple video editor that I was paying like $10 a video to edit these videos. So, and originally, actually, the first like half of them I did myself. So it's not like there's a massive operation behind this, but that's for a lot of reasons. I'm not really trying to make money off of this either. This is just, again, for personal branding. But this is kind of what the scenario is and what my funnel will be looking like. We already have everything set up. Everything's in place that I could go and print a ton of money off of this. We get so many leads, we don't even know what to do with them. In the first month that I launched this, I got like 45 million views, tons of comments, tons of likes, tons of followers, whatever. And eventually we will be launching info products based on this. And I'm kind of going to break down what that funnel actually looks like, how to actually structure an information funnel. And so this is kind of what it actually looks like. Right now, we have a free training. So this is, again, just free value, what I'm trying to give people to go and understand how to start a very, very simple AI online business. There's free training. They go in the DMs. We send them the free training. They can either just go straight to the bio to get the free training. It doesn't matter. They can get it for completely free. They jump in here. Here's where the AI already starts. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about Lovable, but it's a great tool where you can go and literally vibe code, jump on there and say, hey, I want this as my website. All I asked for was I need a simple VSL landing page website that has a black background and specific text that I want with a video on it and a button. That's all I asked for. Very, very simple. But again, this would have taken me if I had to go learn how to code or use some code website builder, whatever. It would have taken me a long time to do it. I would have had to figure out how to do it. But with this, I could just naturally, in plain English, say, this is exactly what I need. I need to be able to split test it. And I need to be able to change this really easily. And that's what it did for me. So super cool. Right away, as you can see, it's a really quick video. All that happens is if they click this video, they get a little pop-up that says, fill out your info so I can send you the free training. They put in their name, their email, their phone number. We still have not sold these people anything. We haven't sent them anything. All it is just to build, a network, an asset of a newsletter and a list of phone numbers, right? That'll be used in the future. So they can claim the training, again, name, email, phone. And then that actually goes into our backend system, which is done in Go Ahead Level, which is just a free training lead. So then they see the VSL. It's a video sales letter. There's still, again, nothing that we're actually selling these people. But they jump in here and they can watch this video. It really just breaks, and you can go watch it too. It's completely free. It just breaks down how to simply structure an AI business. I use something called the triangle of success that talks about the demand, the narrative, and kind of just these 3 pillars of how you should run your business. Very simple stuff. People love the video. And then this is kind of where we're heading and where it's very important when we're going to do coaching and actually launch an information product. So we have the application. They can go and click this button here. Or excuse me, it's not this button. This is the wrong image, but it'll be an application button. After they watch this video, they jump in here, and then again through Lovable, now after I had that first landing page, all I did was I jumped in and I said, hey, I need a form. I want it to look great. I want it to have this nice gradient background. I just need an application form. So they can click start application, and this asks them a bunch of questions about themselves, right? Very, very simple stuff, but just information to kind of qualify them, but also help them think about what they're trying to do and if this even makes sense. Should they run an AI business? That sort of thing. It's short. It's like 10 questions. But then there's a question at the end that asks, do you have money to invest into your business? Because for a lot of reasons, it doesn't make sense for us to do any sort of coaching, mentorship, or even sell anyone any type of product if they have no way to invest in their business. Let's just give you free value with stuff like YouTube and just on the short form content. But if they do have money to invest, anywhere from 500 to 2,500 plus, they are allowed to book a call. So this will be with one of our actual coaches. It might also be with me. We're going to kind of depend on time frames and everything like that, but they jump in and they can book a call. This goes to our Go High Level funnel. It says they're booked. Then this would just be a triage call. If you don't know what that means, it's essentially just saying, is this person fit to work with us at all? Are they the demographic that we're looking to work with? Do they have any money? And does it make sense for us to try to sell them anything? They can get disqualified or they can get qualified on this call. Again, this is also known as an appointment setter. So two things. If they get disqualified, we're going to put them into something called a client ascension funnel. All this means is it's a very, very low ticket offer that basically anybody can buy that's highly valuable, to give them value right away for extremely cheap. It's not one-to-one coaching. It's not something where I'm going to go help you set up your entire business, break everything down, and really show you kind of the ropes, more like a mentorship. But it is something that you can get a lot more value than just going to some YouTube video, watching it. And this kind of helps you take action in that direction as well. So we're working on the pricing here. I'm thinking something like a 7-day or a $7 one-day trial, and then upsell into a $14 every 2 weeks kind of community, and then tools, and then again, Ascension would be coaching. But they also can just get 100% qualified right away, get sent to a closer, and then we can sell them coaching. And also I'll break into this license and what that means in a little bit. This just has to do with one of our software companies, and will be more of a partner scenario. So coaching is an option because it's just a genuine need. People do need coaching. But we'll also have this license where not everyone needs coaching, but a lot of people do need a direction to how to run their business. And this is more of a partnership thing that I'll break into later. So if they actually do end up closing, this makes sense for them, makes sense for us. Then onboarding, we do all of our payments through WAP. We'd sign an agreement because no one, if you're watching this video and you don't sign agreements based on purchases that you make with somebody online, even if you're making the purchase, you should ask for an agreement because it covers everybody's bases. So that's really important. And then, if we do a group, a call, getting assets, that sort of thing, that's what would be after that. So that's kind of what this entire information funnel looks like. This is a very, very standard funnel. We did a test with this. So we did kind of just drop it, open it up, and see how it did. We got some people in, we did a lot of coaching, and it was a super, super successful kind of little first month launch. This was like 6 months ago. And it went really well. But again, that was mainly for testing more than it was for making money. So that's kind of what that information funnel looks like. And I'm going to break into the actual tech side. So I do something really interesting that I don't think anyone in the tech space does. And I get this from my old weird drop shipping background, is I do something and I like to call it like spider marketing. And this is allowing me to build multiple companies at one time without having to hire a ton of people, without having to really put any capital up front. And for me to basically work with just a lot of little overhead, right? So you don't have to go spend, thousands of dollars on developers. You don't have to go spend, hours and hours and hours of your own time either. It's really interesting. So I'm going to kind of break all of this down. The way that it starts is you need one product, one company, and that can be like your main baseline business that you do all of the marketing for. And then you can have other companies that get users or get customers based on that main overhead company. So that's why I call it a spider, right? Because you have one piece here, and then if you can get a customer for this one business, and I'll break down exactly what this means and how this works within my business, but if you can get one customer, why not try to sell them into another business? So not only can you build equity in that other business, but you're going to make more money, of course. So they all have to kind of align, be part of the same, niche, or people that are using the one product. It needs to make sense for you to upsell them to the other products. So for me, my main business is Mass UGC. If you haven't heard of Mass UGC or seen it seen it on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, essentially what we do is we have an AI agent that goes in and it can make you 300 AI UGC videos every single day, completely on autopilot. So there's a lot of reasons why this tool was ever built, why I built this tool. And I built this with no developer background, by the way. This was a project that I totally need to learn how to code. And of course, I used AI to kind of help me with that entire process, which made it very, very easy. But the reason I built this is because my entire background is in e-commerce. And we were doing a lot of agency work, so like service-based, e-commerce, scaling their brands, things like that. And we needed a tool where you could make more content. What we were doing is we were just hiring tons of video editors, tons of VAs, and it was just a huge headache. And it really didn't make sense. Like, it was profitable, it was a great business, but I needed something that I could scale way more. I could do actual mass content. And this is kind of what that actually was. It was like, well, AI is huge right now. It's the narrative. I've always wanted to get into software. Why don't I go build a software that can do this need for me? That it doesn't exist out there in the world right now. There's a lot of AI UGC tools that they're mediocre. I kind of backhandedly call all of them blue-collar tools. Most software companies are blue-collar tools right now. You have to go on and you have to do all the work manually. Like, if you're going to make a video, you have to jump in there. Like, think CapCut or a video editor. You have to one by one make a video, one by one. This actually automates that entire process. So it's a super useful tool, something I literally use every single day. And I want to show you kind of what it actually looks like so you can kind of see what the business is. Hopefully none of this is too cut off here. But this is the tool. I'll break it down on that Miro board as well. But essentially, you set up campaigns or templates based on what you want your video to be about. And think about it like this. If you're going to go and ask ChatGPT a question, you're prompting it for text output. Instead, you would be prompting this for video output, and it edits the entire video. It gets the avatar. It gets literally every single piece to what a AI UGC video would be. It does that automatically, and it makes a video like every minute to 2 minutes. So that's what the tool does. I can break into how it looks, but this isn't a sales pitch for anybody. This is kind of what the actual software-based company is. So yeah. Essentially, this is what the entire funnel looks like, and I'll break down the website, I'll break down the marketing, but I want to kind of talk about that spider piece as well. So we built this company in a way that is not meant to be secretive. It's meant to be very transparent. What we do is we're an agent that automates processes. I'm not trying to upsell, and I don't know if you guys know, like, it depends on if you're techie or not. If you guys understand like APIs and costs for AI, essentially what we've done is we help people put in their own API keys, so stuff like OpenAI API key. They can jump in and they can put that into the tool so they can see their usage. We don't charge them for usage. We just have a flat base fee, which is $3,000 a year. They jump in, they pay for that, and then they put in their own API keys to actually pay for the usage of the tool. And what we've actually done, which is really interesting, is we own the companies that they're putting in the API keys for. We don't own all of them by any means. The one that we own is lipsync.dev. So the lipsync tool that we actually use, that's the API that they're putting in. So it's really, really interesting. I've tried to be really transparent about it, but you jump in Mass UGC, you start paying our subscription to use the tool. And then if you actually want to use the lip sync feature, you need to have this API key. So you'll jump in, you'll get an API key from us, and that'll be billing you based on how much you use. So we're able to get paid off usage. We're also able to get paid from the main tool as well, which is super cool. This is another one. I'm not going to talk about the actual name and everything because it's not fully launched yet, but this is a very, very similar kind of scenario. It'll basically be a way for us to get paid off of usage because of how well this has been working. So this is kind of what this is. I'm not going to announce it until it's completely done. I've kind of tried to do that with anything that I launch. I'd like it to be fully done and working before people know about it. And this is also just like a security thing. You don't want people to copy what you're doing, take names and things like that. There's a lot of legal stuff that you have to be careful with. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. And I mean, if you want to see what lipsync.dev actually looks like, it looks like this. It's really, really simple. We just have a landing page. This, again, was built completely with AI. I just prompted AI. Of course, I've gotten good at using AI, but I just prompted it, hey, I need a website that looks like this. I give it a screenshot, right? And then you just have your user login account. You can log in with Google. You get API keys that you'll go ahead and put into Mass UGC to actually, pay for the usage. You add your billing, and that's kind of how that scenario works. We have an admin dashboard to show like all of our users and how much they're actually using and how much they're paying and everything like that. How many API keys they have, all sorts of things. So it's very simple business, incredibly simple. But the reason this spider marketing actually works is we don't have to market this product at all. I don't have to do anything for this product. All I do is I market this product and get users for Mass UGC. And every single time that somebody signs up for this, I get another customer for lipsync.dev. So not only do I build equity in both, but I build more cash flow here, and I also am cash flowing a lot with this company because there's really no cost. So it's really, really interesting the way we've put it together. Again, this is going to be something that much like lipsync.dev, just for our other API keys. And so that's kind of how that works. Another thing that we do is this tool that is fully built out. It's fully working now. It literally got launched very, very recently, like a week ago. It's called Mass Messages. And what this is it's just a simple Chrome extension. So the story behind this is really funny. The reason this ever got built is just because it was a product that I needed. I needed it bad because all of our marketing is done almost completely on Twitter. And if you guys have ever used the tool ManyChat, like on Instagram, if you've ever seen someone comments on a post and then they get sent an auto DM from the account that they commented on, that isn't available on Twitter or X at all. What instead is available is there's different tools, software companies that do that for you. But the problem is you need to post through their platforms. I literally signed up to every single one that I could find, and there was not one person that allowed me to schedule through a different platform and then get sent a DM based on all of our comments. It just wasn't possible. So what I did was I built a Chrome extension that completely does it. And I was like, well, this is it's a tool. It works for me. It works for anybody else. And it's really helpful. Why don't I just start selling that as well? So I set up a nice landing page. Again, done and lovable. It's massmessages.com. And it's very simple. So the way that we do pricing is every single 100 users that we get, we go up $1. So it started at $1 and then $2 and then $3 and then $4. And this is monthly, by the way. So as soon as we get 100 users, it automatically, everything's done in the back end to bump that price up by $1. It's kind of funny. It's at $4 right now. We made this kind of joke, like you can either buy Mass Messages or you could buy a beer, you could buy ice cream, you could buy a banana. Like these are things that are literally $4, or you get this tool that's super useful. So that's kind of the way that we're doing it. It's kind of like funny, but it's also partially, it's almost like a stock, right? Like you get in and it helps people get grandfathered so we have less churn. There's a lot of reasons why this I think is a great idea, and it seems to be working good so far. So, there's a lot of like back end stuff I can go into here. We use Vercel for a lot of our back ends. We actually, and I think I mentioned this earlier, we do all of our payments. Every single payment that I have is done through WAP. For a lot of reasons. I think WAP's a great company, but I also just think that they have the best support like humanly possible. So I've switched all of my payments to WAP, and I'm trying them out for everything, even like on the SaaS side of things, which has worked super great. And it's been really interesting. So the next thing is, I guess if you want to see what that actually looks like, I have the website here. You can install the Chrome extension and then pay, or you can get access and then install the Chrome extension, whatever you want to do. It's just like any other Chrome extension. This is kind of what it looks like. I kept everything really, really simple, but it's completely unlimited, super safe. It works great. It actually works like a lot better at sending DMs than any of the other tools I've tried. It makes sure that everyone actually gets the message, because I put a lot of things in place to do like retry logic if the message doesn't actually send. This is a great tool. And again, I'm not pitching here, but it works smooth. So if you guys are doing that on Twitter, it's so much cheaper. All the tools that I had before this were like $100 a month. Right now, the price is literally $4 a month. So, let me kind of break into what that. Let me show you the UI as well. So in terms of when you get on the extension, it looks like this. You just have to hit get access, or if you're already paid, enter your email. Super simple stuff. You get an email. And then this is what the actual tool looks like. You can set up, rate limit profiles to make sure you don't send out too many DMs, to kind of be more safe, or you can be more aggressive with it, whatever you want. The next thing is there's just automation. So you'd set up the keyword where if someone comments the word like mass, for example, then they get that guide with a link. That's kind of how that works. And then you get your queue. So everybody that comments that word gets put in the queue, and then it gets sent based on your rate limit profile. And then you have your settings, and it shows kind of your stats and everything like that. Super simple software. It was kind of a weird headache to build because I was building it on Chrome to work within X, and they, obviously have regulations and stuff like that. But, it works really, really well. And I think the best tools in the world always are something when you have to build it for yourself because it doesn't exist. Other people are having that issue too. So that's kind of what that looks like. The next thing is actually Mass UGC, how this business works. And again, this is the main business, the only one I have to market, which is super cool. And we have three very, very simple marketing channels. LinkedIn, honestly, we haven't pushed it at all. I just repost different, posts that we write for X on LinkedIn. We have an affiliate kind of marketing scenario, so referral program, stuff like that. And I'll talk about that too. And then we just have all of our marketing that's done on X. So as you can see, I just have some example accounts so you can see kind of what these look like. But essentially, we just have these posts where we post about this tool on X, right? This is all completely automated. Actually, these are totally AI people, literally every single one of them. This is my account here, so this one's not AI, but we have a lot more accounts on this. These are just the ones that I'm willing to show on this video. So let me show you how this is actually automated though. And first, so let me break down this. This is what our landing page looks like. Again, lovable, super simple. We're selling this product almost like an info product, just like my other kind of VSL scenario. You jump in and you click our, massugc.com. You can see this VSL video, and it breaks down the tool. Very simple. It's not like we're trying to be super salesy. We say, watch how this AI UGC agent helps brands, founders, and marketers make 300 plus AI UGC videos per day. They jump in and I show them exactly how that's done. And if they're a brand, founder, or marketer that wants to make 300 plus AI UGC videos a day, all they do is they click get access. This is a simple offer. It's we did it kind of as an application only thing because we had a ton of setup demand. We still have a ton of setup demand, but now we have the infrastructure to kind of fulfill on. We just left this funnel because it was working great. So right when we got on here, we asked them to describe themselves. Are they a brand owner, agency, whatever? They go through a couple of questions about themselves and kind of how they're going to use the tool. Then we use an end-to-end automation to throw them into our back-end system. Plus, it uses AI to qualify these leads. So it doesn't just send us every single person allowed to book a call, right? That wouldn't make any sense. So it uses AI to break down all of these questions and just kind of decide, okay, is this person qualified to talk to us or are they not? If they're disqualified, they just get thrown into a newsletter and into our cycle. I'm not going to break into all of what that is because it's not useful for this video. It's a very, very simple cycle to keep giving them information about our product. So hopefully eventually if they are ever qualified, they will be able to buy it, or if we have other products that come out in the future. So that's kind of how that works. If they are qualified, they're approved for setup, and then they can book a call. I'm going to break into this in a minute, but I want to show what this actual end-to-end automation does. So we have an internal AI agent software that I don't know if I plan to sell to anybody at all because of a couple of reasons. It's insanely powerful. I don't know how other people haven't started building this as a software that they sell at all, because this is something that I just built internally. But maybe the reason is because other people are using stuff similar and they just realize that, oh, I want to use this while it's super powerful. So sorry, this one I'm not selling to anybody, maybe in the future. But what it does, and it looks like this, it's just, I called it Mass UGC Agents because it's an internal name. Here's an old screenshot. There wasn't very many agents in here. Here's another one. There's a few more agents. We have way more than this too. I think there's like 20 or something in there. But what all of those agents do is they're running 100% on autopilot to do different tasks for our business. So let me kind of zoom in here. Right now we have a copywriter too. This is a copywriter that writes tweets every single day. They write 5 to 10 tweets. I'm not sure what this one is set to. It can write way more than that, but it puts it into a Google Sheet for us, for me to manually review, and then auto post those to an account every single day. So I don't have to touch it at all. It'll auto post tweets based on how we do our marketing every single day. But we don't have just copywriter 2. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have more than this too. This is literally just on this one login. So we have a ton of different agents. Like tweets are really important. Another thing that's really important is actually just our data analyst. So I like to analyze our entire spreadsheets, all of our leads that are coming in, all of our tweets that are going out, and all of that needs to be analyzed so we can see our metrics, how many views we're getting, how many deals we're closing. Every piece of data in our business is done through this agent, which is trained on our business, knows everything about us. The next thing is a lead list analyst. So this basically specifically analyzes our lead list. So if I have a question, I can ask it, hey, who is a person that I should reach out to that never ended up closing? Or give me 10 people that I should reach out to, or one of our setters will go and reach out to those people. So that's a super valuable agent as well. Right now on this project is turned off because we have another one turned on. Another thing is an affiliate manager. Insanely important. Managing affiliates is like the biggest headache in the entire world because you want them to get the best results because this is their business model too. They're trying to make money. This is an AI that completely manages that entire system. It literally gets everybody paid. It does everything. Insanely important too. This is all done with custom code, every little piece of it, and I built this all myself, so it's super cool. The next thing is an affiliate onboarding bot. This is done through a Telegram bot. This one's insanely simple. It's just to onboard people, get their information, get their payment information, so you can pay them. It teaches them, it gives them the referral link, everything like that. So a couple little affiliate agents here. Another one is a Respond.io manager. Respond.io is a platform that connects every single different possible CRM or marketing channel that you have combined into one, so you can just message everybody through one simple channel. This connects every little piece of our business. So we have all of our, we have our users, we have people reaching out for support, we have people that are in our funnel, we have people that our hot leads that we need to actually talk to. We do our communications with leads. We do every form of communication through Respond.io, and this kind of manages that entire system and also teaches that platform what our business is. So that helps us as well a ton. The next thing is WAP tracking agent. This just tracks all of our sales, so we know who needs to get paid, that sort of thing. The financials. This is just a user manager. So this actually manages all of our users. It knows who our users are, how much usage they're using within the platform, everything like that, just so I can get that information. And if they ever need anything too, we can kind of communicate to them through that agent. The next thing is just sales commission. This communicates with the WAP tracking agent to make sure that everyone on our sales team gets paid. So if you could see here, I can actually talk to all of these agents through this kind of orchestration personal assistant agent. So I can go and say like whatever I want, right? I could say, who's one person that I should reach out to from 2 weeks ago that should have closed and they seemed qualified but didn't. I can say that and it will go talk to probably this lead list analyst, and it will say, oh, this person, Christian or whatever, you should go reach out to him, or maybe he already reached out to you. You should go respond to him, things like that. So this is insanely helpful internally. But that's kind of why I'm not selling this as a product, because it's not that I can just have this many agents. I can have thousands of agents that run 24/7. It costs me nearly $0. It's like $15 a month to run all of this. So it's basically free. It's an entire team of people, AI, that runs my business for me. So it's insanely valuable. But that's kind of what this looks like. I kind of broke all those down already, so I don't need to jump into all of this. If you're kind of wondering how those Twitter agents do the auto posting, that's done through an end-to-end automation that looks like this. That allows us to post videos, images, schedule posts, and really just bulk post really easily. This has a human in the loop, so it has a specific time during the day where it will check what the actual tweets are, and it'll write those tweets, and then I can go and look at all of the tweets, ensure that there's something that I want to post, and that I want to be kind of representative of Mass UGC, and I can just kind of give it a thumbs up, say yes, post, and then it will go post every single tweet throughout the day. So we can set up hundreds, we can set up thousands, we could set up tens of thousands of these accounts. All that it takes is me buying more Twitter accounts and connecting them here. So super cool. Mass UGC is one part of my mass marketing business for short form content. But mass messages and Twitter, mass kind of tweet creation is another huge part of it too. So I'm all about mass content production in any form or fashion. This is what Respond.io looks like, by the way. So we can communicate with literally all of our customers, all of our users, and yeah, so that's kind of what that looks like. So the next thing here is after this AI qualification for Mass UGC, we do one very simple call funnel, right? So it's a setter call. So they have a phone call with an appointment setter. Either the setter will just close them, which is very kind of very possible, or what can happen too is they can book to a closer for our done for you service, or sometimes if the setter doesn't close, they can just kind of book for a closer in here too, and then the closer can close them on this deal. So $3K a year, $397 a month. This is for Mass UGC. They get the agent download. Everything's completely unlimited. We also have a financing option for $250 a month, where they just finance the 3K. We really don't sell those that much at all. The main purpose is it's only $3,000, so you're not going to need to finance $3,000 very often. We also have the monthly option too. So that's kind of what we do here in terms of onboarding. It's insanely easy. They literally just pay a payment link. We sign an agreement, which is done in Go High Level. Then we give them our Cloud Pro account access, and they download the agent. So I can break all of this down. It's kind of interesting. This is like our version of Adobe's Creative Cloud. They get in, they can see their usage, they can see their dashboard, they can get API keys, everything like that. Like this is when you'd see this landing page. You could sign in, and you can kind of get started. You can manage your account. You can reach out to support, see how many videos you're making. Very simple platform. There's no real need to break into everything. But what they do is they get an API key that they're allowed to generate because we gave them a pro account and it's unlimited. They generate one API key, and then when they actually get the Mass UGC Studio tool, they go put that API key, and let's see if I have a picture of it. Yeah, they go put that API key here into the settings of their tool, and that's what allows the desktop tool, the agent, to actually function and run. And then they put in their own API keys, obviously, like I talked about earlier, to make sure that we kind of get that spider web going, and also so the usage and costs are transparent as well. So that's how that works. Obviously, I don't need to go break down the entire Mass UGC tool because this isn't a sales pitch. But again, it's a tool that helps brands, founders, marketers make 300 or more AI UGC videos every single day completely on autopilot. Super cool tool. But yeah, so in terms of the cloud platform, there's more like debugging, setting stuff, everything like that, which is great. And we have an admin dashboard as well. And this uses AI to completely scan, see everybody's video generations, see if people are having errors, issues. I can send out notifications to everybody that has the tool. Literally anything that I possibly need to do. I can give people guides. I can help make their tool run. If there's issues or there is an error, we get notifications on our end on Respond to make sure that we fix those errors. Or we just make sure that we send them a notification for them to fix it on their end, whatever that may be. So super smooth system. I kind of went like schizophrenic mode to figure out how to actually make this work. And make it as simple and straightforward as possible, because the standard practice and the standard thing you would do is you go hire a bunch of developers to build out this tool, that tool, whatever. I built all of this myself. I'm not going to say that I'm bad at tech at all. I'm not. But it's not like I knew how to code or do any of that. I literally just used Claude Code and mixed with a Cursor project to build all of these things individually. And every single thing that you see in this entire Miro board, everything was built within 6 months total. So when you get a developer, you want to build a SaaS, and they say it's going to take you 6 months to build a simple little tool, that's just ridiculous now in 2025. Maybe I'll get, people on Twitter will come after me saying that's completely insane, you should never do that, but I don't care. The fact is that this works, and if we ever run into issues, we run into issues, but it's working great right now. So yeah, that's kind of this entire scenario in terms of all of the software, all of the tech, how we're getting customers. In terms of, I guess, actual marketing too, I can pull up Twitter just so you can see kind of stuff that we're posting. We post this sort of content. So this is a 15-minute video of me talking about the tool. And I said Arcads, which is one of our competitors, made $7 million ARR in 7 weeks with an AI UGC maker. I created one that runs locally at a fraction of the price. Arcads makes 20 videos a month. Mine makes 348 plus videos a day with better tech. Literally market anything, like, retweet, and comment mass UGC, and I'll send it. So it's and this got 70K views. I think this is one of the first posts that I actually posted for this, and it works super well. This other one that I just posted earlier today, it's at 700 views. Nothing crazy, but that's 13 leads here. And most of my tweets do really, really well. Like this one I posted, 2 days ago. It's at 72K views, 600 leads. Very, very simple. How do you post 40,000 TikToks per month? AI makes our avatars, AI writes our scripts, AI edits our videos, AI dupes and tests every possible angle, hook, and demographic. Mass marketing playbook has fundamentally changed in the last 2 months. Like, retweet, and comment mass for 2026 AI UGC playbook. Very simple. Even more simple, 60K views. AI found the product, AI made the ads, AI posted 300 videos a day, AI makes 200K a month, AI slop strat, some like burger emojis, whatever. Again, just comment. 500 different leads, different people interested in this tool. And I just post like every few days, very, very simple on my main account. And then I just do, 3 to 5 posts a day on every single other account that we have, which posts the exact same kind of thing. And they all work extremely, extremely well. So it's simple marketing. It's literally copy and text, and images, videos, and very, very simple stuff. That's all completely done with AI, which is insane. So yeah, that's kind of what all of that looks like, how the business runs. I know that I kind of went over a lot of information in this entire flow. There's a lot more that I could go over and get into the nitty gritty, but I think this helps kind of paint a picture of what a fully AI powered business looks like in 2025. It'll probably even look more insane in 2026. There's probably people that have even more insane businesses that are, kind of structured with AI than I do, although I haven't really seen any that are able to run at this kind of scale and fashion and size with multiple products, multiple businesses, all running at the exact same time, completely powered by AI. So that's kind of why I want to make this video. I think that it's important when someone says, which I say a lot to even people when I'm posting these, short form content videos on Instagram, saying you need to get into AI. This is what I mean by you need to get into AI. I don't mean you need to go talk to ChatGPT for, hours and hours a day. I don't mean you need to go, make a very, very simple business that just uses AI. I'm saying you need to get into AI, run a business that's normal, right? A software company that's been around forever, right? It's been around for a very long time. Or an info product business that's been around for way longer than even any sort of software. This is all it is it's a simple business that's powered by AI, it's ran by AI. And all the little nitty gritty pieces are automated without me having to hire anybody. So one last thing that I want to touch on is this didn't cost me very much money. People would think that setting up, 5 software or whatever, however many we got here, 5, 6 software companies, an info product business, hundreds of thousands, 500,000 followers, internal tools and automations and tons of agents and everything like that. People would go think that I spent like hundreds of thousands or whatever amount of dollars on that, hiring people, doing this, that, the other thing. The reality is I built all of this and I didn't have to pay anyone to do it. And so it costed nothing, right? Yes, it costed my time. It costed a good amount of time, but it's not like I spent years and years making all of this happen. I just spent months, talking to AI, building things that I knew were profitable and I knew made sense for the current narrative of where the world is. And that's kind of what I did. So I guess this is for a bunch of different people. This is for people that already have a business that want to structure it towards AI. This is for people that don't have a business and want to get into AI. Whereas, and I also don't say I recommend going to starting 5 different software companies. But I do recommend structuring whatever company you do have very, very surrounded with AI in every form of aspect. I think your offer has to say AI all over it. Like this probably could say AI another time. It only says it twice here, or 3, 4 times. If it says it 4 or 5 times, it should probably say it 5 times more because it is the biggest keyword in the entire world. It's the best tech in the entire world, and it's only getting 1,000 times better every single day. This has kind of been the brief, quick, under an hour rundown of my entire business. I'll be talking about this more. I appreciate you watching if you got this far. Thank you.